Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and it's Saturday the 1st of February 2025. So yesterday marked the end of January 2025. First month of the trading year is done and complete. This is just a video really to round up my performance each month. I'm going to do each one of these at the end of every month for YouTube. Obviously, I do it for my community anyway, for full authenticity and transparency. So let's get into it. To start with, January has been one of the toughest Januaries I can remember for a very long time. I've been trading obviously now for over 10 years. So it's been a real struggle, and not in terms of performance. Performance has still been very good, as you're about to see. But in terms, there's been a lot of frustration. I think frustration is the overriding word I would use here, where there's been a lot of break-evens, as you'll see. There's been a decent amount of losses as well, which is healthy, of course. They've all been optimal trades still, so I'm happy with it. But obviously, as you can imagine, when you're taking losses and break-evens, it naturally creates a sense of frustration. But it's important, as you all know, as if you've seen from my other videos, that you have that degree of very much level-headedness. And we're going to come on to some points and things I'm going to advise you later that is worth staying around for. Okay, so if we get stuck into the video, so 6.4% up for January for the start of 2025, so a very, very good start. As you can see, 20 trades have been taken, 6 wins, 5 break-evens and 9 losses, leaving me with a win rate of 40%. So as you can see, and I preach on other videos, win rate is fairly irrelevant. What matters is great risk to reward. So for me, I take a minimum of a 1 to 3% risk to reward. So winning trades make me at least 3%. Typically it's 3.25, 3.5, 3.75, etc, etc. So that's what really counts with strict discipline and strict position sizing, because we're all going to have losses, and this is just complete proof that I'm over 10 years. If your results look like this with a win rate like this, you can be fantastically profitable. Now, this is going to fluctuate, as you know. Some months, my win rate might be 60, 70. Other months, it was like this. But you can still see on the low win rate months, it's a fantastic percentage return, okay? Remember, I always preach to my mentees, if you can make 3 to 5% a month, you're a fantastic trader. If you're making that every month, you are outperforming the index funds, the index markets. You know, hedge funds base their performance against the index funds. So, you know, an index will typically return you anywhere between 8 to 15, 8 to 20% a year. So 3 to 5% a month is fantastic, and don't let anyone else tell you any different, guys, okay? So just for proof and transparency, as always, I call every trade I take, I call it right in my Phillips trade section in my community afterwards. Now, if anybody wants to go through all my trades, join the community for a free trial. You can cancel it straight away, so you don't pay anything. So you can have a free trial just for the week. So you can go through all my trades. You can check full transparency, full authenticity. I take the trade and then I immediately post that I've taken it at the entry price in my Phillips trade section of the community. So people can get into my head, they can see how I make decisions, what trades I'm taking, what's an optimal trade, and so on and so on and so on. So these are just the 5 end of week posts from January. And again, just proof of percentage gain, proof of losses. It's all there. It's full transparency, okay? Because it's so important to me that everybody sees what true trading actually looks like, okay? And true performance, okay? So, biggest takeaways from January. January was very much a challenge, as I've already said. I think a lot of traders, if you're watching this and you have not made any money in January, you need to really ask yourself why. A lot of people, I think, may have struggled because, as again, market conditions, I think, have been fairly challenging. And I think a lot of struggling traders out there, when they have 1, 2 or 3 losses, sometimes even that's on the bounce, it can really tilt them. It can really send them off down a very negative pathway in terms of then over trading, trying to recoup losses. You all know what I'm referring to. And that's when your discipline goes out of the window. So you know, the one thing that's pulled me through into a very profitable month still is staying ultra disciplined, ultra strict with my edge, with my psychology, with the trades I'm taking. And you can still see in a very challenging, frustrating month, 6.4%. It's brilliant. Okay, so you have no technical edge if your psychology is not on point. Let me say that again. You don't have a technical edge, a strategical edge of your strategy if your psychology is not 100%. Okay, you can't have one or the other. Without the psychology aspect, your strategy is absolutely useless. Remember that, okay? Now, this January, as you can see from my third point, this has weighed a lot heavier on psychology this month, as I touched upon at the start, because there's been a lot of break-evens, there's been a fair few losses, and naturally, losses to any human, we're all human, doesn't make us always feel great. So this is why you have to manage that mindset-wise brilliantly, okay? And as I've just said already, without a psychological edge, the technical side is useless, okay? Because remember, your optimal trades will still lose, okay? It's about, when you do lose, making sure it's maximum 1% or 0.5%, depending on your risk tolerance, risk parameters. But on your winning trades, as I said earlier, you have a healthy minimum risk reward of a 1 to 3. You press your advantage on those 1 to 3 trades when they're winning and your analysis is playing out and the market's going with you. That's how you make these healthy percentage returns every month. That's what proper trading is. Don't listen to any of the nonsense online. This is what proper trading looks like. So guys, I hope that helps. It's just a short one. The one thing I will say before I leave you, end of month, just in my community now, I'm going to start giving people 50k FTMO accounts for those that have proven to themselves and they can show me their data from that prior month and the discipline and the right type of trades, the right type of wins, the right type of losses. I'm going to be awarding a 50k FTMO account to anybody in the community that can be doing that. Now, for those of you that are struggling and you want my one-to-one intensive coaching, click the link below, or there'll be a comment as well below this pinned to the comment section. Click the link in there, book a call with me, just a free discovery call to see if you're a good fit for my one-to-one coaching, and potentially we'll see you on the other side. So guys, I hope that helps. I hope you've had a great January. If you haven't, ask yourself why. Go through your journal, go through all of your trades. Ask yourself, were they all optimal? Because if they weren't, then you need to start there and fix that first. Take care, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.